can see you. I can hear you. OMG. I
You look
am.
pretty.
Thank you so much, girl. Let me tell you something because you are like everything.com to me.
I feel it when I got on. You went.
I mean, and
That's
my brother just left out of here, and I was just like, oh my God. He was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm totally fine. I've been doing radio forever.
Mhm.
And everybody just has their bucket list of people that they want to talk to, right? And you and Chris Brown are like
Oh,
my
you're a good
two,
one. Oh,
girl.
thank
And
you.
so I got the call the other day and I was like, oh my God, yes, like duh, I would love to talk to her. What do you mean? It's like talking to a sister. So I have to start off just like I think any brown girl out there, it's just like giving you your flowers while you're here.
Thank you.
A lot of people don't get to do that. And I'm getting emotional now before I even start.
Oh,
A
no.
lot of people don't get to do that, and I feel like you were so instrumental to me, and just growing up and seeing somebody that looks like you doing so many great things, like the Disney Roger and Hammerstein Cinderella. Like, who knew a Cinderella was ever gonna be black,
Right.
right? Even being in Chicago with Roxy, like I used to do things here, and I'm in Arkansas. Of course, we have a rep theater, and like we used to have these kind of plays. So to be able to see those people in real time, and
Mhm.
they look like you, like that was
Yes.
huge for representation. I may jump around a little bit because this
No,
is
it's
just
okay. I'm with you.
what was it to you to kind of get roles like that? Like just,
Um,
I mean, I know because you had the same feeling. I mean, you're a little brown skinned girl too. And somebody comes to you and says, hey, be Cinderella.
it was like my dreams were coming true, uh, and to play such roles like being the first Black Cinderella, to play such a a role like Moesha, that meant a lot to the Black family. It just, at the time, you don't really know the kind of impact that you're having. I didn't really understand the kind of impact I was having. I was just in the present moment, just understanding my dreams were coming true. But to look back and to really understand it and to see it from hindsight, it's unbelievable. And I'm so grateful that I had a chance to experience those times, and then also to touch people like you, and to touch people that look like me. It feels amazing. It feels like um, my life is purposeful,
Mm-hmm.
and
Most definitely.
that's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah. How important do you think is that representation now? Because I feel like we have it, but we haven't really just like, I feel like you were the ones that kind of like knocked on the door real quick, just like think to hear, okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you knocked on it, but how important is that now? Do you feel like we kind of dropped the torch a little bit? Do you feel like it's somebody that needs to pick it back up?
I think right now we all need to pick it back up.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need each other more now than anything. And I think, just seeing the unity in our culture, in our Black family, is unbelievable. I'm so proud of us, and I'm so proud of where we're going, and I'm so honored to be a Black woman.
Yeah.
And I just encourage us to keep pressing along, and to keep you know um, striving for unity and for justice.
Mm-hmm. A great segue into this whole Lives Matter situation. I mean, it's so much unrest here in this country right now, right? And of course, we're dealing with all this during a quarantine when we're all
Yes,
confined and feel like we're locked down and can't do anything, or like trying to figure out what it is to do, all while you're trying to figure out yourself. So it's a lot.
it is a lot. I've said this before in other moments where I've been interviewed. I find myself talking more to God, because I feel like, right now only a higher power would have the answers that we need to push forward. It sometimes it feels like it's easier to doubt than it is to have faith. And I just want to encourage everybody to, no matter how difficult it may seem, no matter how, you know, we may feel like we've been set back, many miles. It's, we can get through this. We can come out on top, and we can really push forward to be greater than we've ever been before. And I think
Totally.
I think we're on that path. And I encourage us all to just be as positive as we possibly can, and do whatever we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And speaking of do whatever you can, I know that you've been very, very vocal about like Brandy, the person, right? And like Brandy, the singer, right? The actress, right? Do you feel like celebrities or, people of this certain stature should like have some type of platform, like utilize their platform to the utmost? Or do you feel like that's kind of subjective on the person? So many people have, found, I guess, kind of like riding a fine line between the two. Like, what's me doing my part and what's me doing enough?
Yeah, I think celebrities are human beings at the end of the day, and I think that when you take on a leadership position, you have to be educated, and you have to know exactly what you're doing to lead you know people. And for me, I'm just really cautious with that, because I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing can really help someone else in the right way. And sometimes being in the limelight, the expectations are so great that sometimes we fail at meeting the expectations. And sometimes that could take away from what the fight is really all about. So I do feel like we need to use our platforms. Everyone needs to use their platforms for the greater good, but we have to be cautious in how we lead, because we want to make sure we're leading everyone in the right direction.
Yeah, most definitely. I can tell just from just like
Yes.
you, just your presence, you've been taking full advantage of this quarantine time, much like myself. And what's been like the biggest thing that you feel like has been like a change with you? Because you've always, people that just naturally exemplify an energy. I was talking to my coworkers yesterday, and they were just like, your smile is infectious. Like you need to smile all the time. And I'm like, okay,
Your smile is very infectious.
thank you, girl.
You know it is, but that's why you. But
you
you're
know,
not
I just,
covering it up. Yeah.
different things you try to, embrace about yourself, and so it's cool when other people can feel that too. And for me, you've always exerted like some type of like positive vibe, like only situation. What's been the biggest thing that you think that you've probably like took hold to during quarantine? Because like you've only dealt with just me,
You know what? I've been blessed to have my family with me. We've been spending a lot of quality time. I feel like my family is a lot closer. Um, I've been working on forgiveness, forgiving myself for a lot of the things that I've been reflecting on, and also just forgiving others, and really taking time to just cleanse, and just to get all of the craziness that I feel I haven't really focused on
Mm-hmm.
out. That's been the focus, is to try to cleanse as much as possible, heal as much as possible. And like I said, forgiveness has been my main thing. Forgiveness more for myself than anything.
Yeah,
uh,
I think
Not
I
to
can.
say I'm like this horrible
Yeah.
person. I don't want it to come off that way, but just when you have time to look within,
Mm-hmm.
you start to look at the things that you could do better going forward, and
Mm-hmm.
shining a brighter light, just in being a mother, and a daughter, a sister, a friend, all of it.
A well-rounded be,
Yeah.
and my mom, I've been talking to her a lot, and that's actually one of the things we have in common. I've been dealing a lot with forgiveness too.
Yes.
And it's not even so much just like you said, like piggybacking. It's not so much the fact that you're a terrible person, but
Yeah.
sometimes you have to forgive people that they don't even know what they've done, right?
Yes.
And
And you have
so
to forgive people for just, even you're not gonna get that apology. You're not
yes.
but just to release yourself from holding on. I think it takes a lot more energy to hold on to negativity than it is to just let go, and to release yourself from toxic
Yeah.
toxic energy.
How long did it take you to really get and like tap into this place?
Well, it's been a process. It's been over time, but when quarantine, and time with self, it kind of like it started to
Really
come
lock
across.
in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
it started to
I
go a little bit. I had to dig a little bit deeper, faster.
Do you find yourself talking out a lot more, or is it more so of like a quiet thing amongst yourself? So do you write? Do you? Oh, girl, you're a
Girl,
journal girl for real. In real life, it's not just Dear Diary Moesha style. This is real
I
Brandy.
am. This is all I do. I keep my journal near me, and it's something I've been doing just for years now. But I just find myself, it feels a little bit more intimate nowadays because of what we've all been going through.
Is it super private?
It is super private.
Yeah.
It's super private. Sometimes it's so private I can't read my writing because it goes into like a certain writing code. So it's between feel like my subconscious mind, my higher self, and God, you know.
That's so dope. So great. Okay. So
Do you journal too?
Oh girl, I journal all the time. It's so funny because my sister Breezy and my mom, like for Christmas and like my birthdays and things, like
Hey, Breezy.
yeah, I know, right? She buys me all kinds of like journals, and like she'll write on the first page, like, I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen this year. And it's crazy because my pastor also growing up too, he always spoke about manifesting things.
Yes.
And so New Year's Eve, we would all get together. He'd give us like a piece of paper and we just go to work on all the things that we want to see happen. And it's so crazy because me and my friend, we have discussions all the time, me and Jade, like everything that you write down, like that you really do put positive intention and energy behind. Girl, I have manifested almost everything. The only thing I ain't got is kids and a man. Okay.
Well, that's coming.
And it's coming, right?
That's coming, love. Yeah. All in divine time. It's
coming. Yeah. So I'm thankful for the journaling. So creatively, do you write a lot of your lyrics? That's a fan question. You do?
I do. I write a lot of my lyrics. Poetry.
Let me find out you on your Zora Neale Hurston, girl.
So especially with this new project, I was able to really tap in and just let that creative flow lead me and inspire me. And I wasn't afraid of what I basically regurgitated. I wasn't afraid of it. I wasn't afraid of the ugly truth. I wasn't afraid of the beautiful truth. I wasn't afraid of any of it. And I found that music this time around was more healing for me than anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's been 8 years, right? So during that time, do you feel like your writing style changed? Do you feel like your music? I mean, because, you know, as artists, I mean, you've been around since the 90s, right? And so to be an artist that's had this longevity in the industry to where it never failed, right? So even though it's been 8 years, of course, as a Brandy fan, I'm like, Jesus, when she gonna give us something, Lord, you know? And so you find yourself rewinding back performances and things like that, you know, in the archives. But do you feel like anything has changed about you outside of just your natural aura, like creatively, lyrics? What can we expect?
I definitely I've evolved as a person, as an artist. I think with this project, I was really eager to find my sound. You know, I feel like I'm so rooted in R&B. You know, I'm so true to R&B, but I wanted to also go outside of the box of R&B, but still keep R&B.
Oh,
you know,
true.
Yeah, so true to that. But I wanted to go outside of the box of it and just see how it sounded. So I did that, and then this is the first time I've ever wrote these kind of lyrics. I've never, you know, had this kind of creativity in the writing as much. So this is personal. It's so authentic, and just honest to my experiences over the last 8 years, my experiences with love, my experiences with my mental health, just all of it. I approached this album like if this was my last project, you know, how would I want to sound? How would I want to come across? You know, what kind of stories would I tell? How would I want my voice to sound? So with all that being said, that's how I was led to create, and I'm really proud of it.
I can tell. It's just like you're talking about it totally different. I remember watching like interviews back when you're talking about, oh yeah, 211. Oh yeah, you know, never say never. And like it's a different type of energy. Of course, you're a grown woman, but it's just the beaming that's like coming from the inside, like, and it's outward. You see it all day. Okay, so about your sound, I know that the music industry literally lost a huge part with Lashon. And I know that was a big part of your musicality, your catalog. and you call him your angel. And I
Yeah.
love that. How inspired are you from this album? I know he did a little bit of work with you
A
before
lot
he, yeah.
on this album with me. He nurtured me through this project, you know, as a writer, as an artist. He was able to sit me down and tell me the things that he thought were special about me that I didn't really understand. And, you know, looking back, it felt like he was trying to prepare me for um, moments that I would have to face or endure without him being around, you know, in the flesh. But I would not be aware the way I'm aware as an artist without his guidance, without his presence. And I miss him so very much. And I'm forever changed just from his passing. I don't understand it. I like I don't really know what to really say. And
Well, I'll tell you this. Let me
I
give
don't
you a break because I had an opportunity to talk with him one time. And the energy, because I love you so much, the energy that he had, I mean, it was like a face like lit up whenever he would talk about you. And I remember asking him one question and I was like, if I ever get to ask Brandy, she gonna do it and I'm gonna hold it. He said, I said, do you think that she'll ever teach me a run to one of her songs? And he was like, well, you know, I taught her all her runs like that. And I was like, you did not teach her all those runs. And so he always spoke so highly of you though. And I've got to see him at least 3 or 4 times. And he just was so caring and loving about you. He was just like that big brother that was just like, ain't nobody touching my rocker. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely love him so much and I miss him. And
Girl, you're gonna make him proud with this album. Period.
so
Period. It's gonna happen. So I will tell you too, one of the biggest things, one of the biggest scriptures I think that has stuck with me throughout my whole, like everything, especially when I get to feeling and missing. And I don't know why I want to tell you this, but Romans 8:18, it's for I am convinced that the sufferings of this present time is nothing to be compared to the glory that God's going to reveal in us and through us. So it's not even so much of the people that we come in contact with, but it's because of those people what we're able to push out to others. So always keep that in mind.
I love that.
Okay.
Romans
Keep that
8:18.
journal that one, Romans 8:18. Okay. The whole chapter 8 is good. But so we talked about greatest inspiration because clearly he was that for sure. Want to ask you a couple of fan questions. So before performances, like when Rocket gets turned on, is there any like rituals or like anything that you like do? This has to happen. You're not one of those ones that have to have like 2 handfuls of red Skittles only or nothing like that.
No, I drink this tea. It's ginger honey crystal tea. That's the only tea I drink. And like 5 minutes before I go on, I need to be by myself. I need to, you know, say my prayer. And one of the lines that I say, I don't want to call it a line, but I say, God in me as me. And I'll just repeat that over and over, God in me as me. And it makes me feel like God is coming, you know, to the surface to take over my entire being, to do everything that I can't see myself doing.
Yeah. Have you ever watched a performance and been like, dang, that was me?
Sometimes I've watched, yeah. Not a lot, because it's hard for me to watch myself because I try to quiet the critique in me. You know, I'm very, very hard on myself. So I try not to watch too much, but I have a great memory. I know when I've done something really well.
Most memorable performance that you can think of?
One of the most, not the most, but one of the most is my tribute to Whitney Houston at the BET Awards. That was a very, very magical night.
Yeah, epic. Okay, so I have a speed round and I'm gonna let you go, okay?
Oh God, I'm scared of these.
Don't be scared, okay? The name of this game is called Have You Ever? Okay.
Oh.
All right.
You really prepared
I really did. And
you
listen, and,
should.
and, and Miss Valerie is gonna get me because she's like, you have to stay on time. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
we're gonna
you're
get it
good.
out.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. So have you ever wished to meet a fictional character in real life? Like me, I wanted to meet Moesha, but I met Brandy.
Oh, I like it. I can't think of it right now.
All right. It's speed, so it's cool.
I'm
Have
sorry.
you ever
I'm
have
not
you
on
ever
point.
went in and recorded a song without planning it? Like you just hop into the booth and like magic.
Yes.
What song was it? Do you remember?
A song called Magic by Coldplay.
Nice. All right. Have you ever did something crazy to get somebody's attention romantically? You got a good wink on you?
Yeah, I got a good wink.
Let me see it. Teach me something, sis.
Right.
Oh, wait.
Was it good?
Did I nail it?
Or the this way, the nod?
I'm gonna have to work on it. I can't blink without blinking both my eyes. Wink without blinking. Have you ever binge watched a season of a show?
Of course.
Okay, what was the show?
Did that. I just binge watch Little Fires Everywhere.
I don't think they're coming back. I think that was the end of it.
I do too. I think it was the end of it. It ended perfectly.
Yeah. I'm not okay with it, but
and the OA.
Whatever. Have you ever hoarded a piece of clothing or jewelry while you're moving? Like this is just something that I have to keep.
No.
Okay.
Not off the top of my head. I can't remember.
Have you ever or would you ever date a fan?
I think I have dated a fan before.
You have dated a fan? Was it fun? Was it cool? Was
There's nothing wrong with a fan. There's nothing wrong. But what did you say? What?
It was cute. It was fun.
It was fun. It was fun.
Cool.
It didn't last long, but it was fun.
It didn't last long. Have you ever learned another language? You've been a lot of places. No?
No, I haven't learned another language. I learned a few words, but not another language. Like
okay. Have you ever pigged out on a snack?
Yes.
What is it?
Sour Skittles. Sour Skittles.
Really?
Like I used to eat sour Skittles for breakfast.
Oh, I love a Skittles girl, not sour.
Yeah. Sour, like sour. I was addicted to sour Skittles at one point.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever made a very lavish purchase?
Yes.
Okay, what was it?
Now
I'm gonna ask you this. Do you remember the first thing that you bought when you were like, this is like never say never type energy, like vibes between 94 and 98? What was the first big thing Brandy bought?
A house.
You bought a house? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? What was the vibe?
Six bedrooms, 5 bathrooms.
Oh, girl, that's a whole lot of house. At what? How old were you?
20.
Oh, girl, I cannot deal with you. Okay, you sing clearly all the time. You sing in the shower, yes?
Yes, I sing in the shower. I sing all the time, yes.
All right. Have you ever faked or mimicked an accent?
Like
the what from you taste what it
absolutely.
Okay, so if you had words of advice, have you ever had words of advice from a person that you looked up to or admired that you would never ever forget?
Yes. From Whitney Houston, she always told me to stay true to myself, never be anybody else.
Good advice. Okay, so let's hop into this album really quick. I know you gotta go. So You Bear It All Here, B7. It's out July 31st. Super excited. What can we expect? I mean, this is the first release since 211. So what's different?
Well, I feel like it's completely different than 211. It's definitely, like I said before, it's rooted in R&B, but it's the kind of album that you can just play from top to bottom. It has something on there for everybody. It's so versatile. It feels like an escape type of album, not escape the group, but like where you can just
go away.
Vibe out. Yeah. And it's really hard to put, my creativity into words, but that's the best I can I can do. And I'm really singing from my soul on this one.
Oh, girl, we know that vocal, Bob. You ain't got to tell us that, okay? This new single, Baby Mama, out right now with Chance the Rapper. We love it. The music video, girl, you was having all the dance vibes. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do
so much fun.
It was
so much fun.
Yeah, you tapped into a different beat. I loved it. So anything that you want to tell your fans, because I'm going to leave you with one more question.
Okay. I just love my fans. I just appreciate just how supportive you guys have been throughout my career. And I just can't ask for a better support system in you guys. I really appreciate y'all.
All right. Last thing, you have to teach me one of your runs, just one.
Okay. That's the first
Do it
one.
one more time.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody can't say they did a run with Brandy, okay? I am good. Thank you, girl.
You over there singing?
Listen, Almost Doesn't Count is my go-to karaoke song. You hear me? And I will cut it up every time.
Oh, I would love to hear that.
Listen, I'm going to have to send it to Miss Valerie so you can laugh at me.
I would love to hear that.
All right. Now, I may be a little tipsy when I was singing it.
It's
good nonetheless. I got you.
Girl, you made me cry in this interview. And then you flipped it and brought my energy back up. And I had a really good time with you. Thank you.
I am very glad to know that. And I appreciate you so much. I appreciate all that you are. And please know that you are really like setting a whole vibe out here for us. I mean, you made braids okay to wear year round, all the time, all day, every day. And you are the personification of Black girl magic. And know that.
And so are you.
Thank you.
So are you.
Thank you. All right. Well, I love you so much. I think I'm good. I'm good for the day. I'm about to go home, shower, and just bask in my Brandy. Okay.
Thank you, love. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.